Stacey, can't you see? Who? Me.
I thought you meant the guy from Fountains of Wayne. He's dead.
Is he fucking
he's
dead?
Yeah.
Wow. Did he die after the song? Because they didn't really release much.
Couldn't have really died before it, could he?
Well,
Are we recording?
Right.
I think that's a good place to start. Yes, guys, welcome back to Rookie Season. I'm Andy the Rookie.
I'm Steve.
It's this guy.
Again.
Much better. How are you doing?
Yeah, doing good, man. Other than, obviously, I've been out of action the last few days. Been on strict bed rest.
Injured reserve.
Yeah, the back went again, which apparently I'd mentioned earlier.
Well, this is the second time
year.
this season. This came shortly after your return to the gym, if you remember.
Was I in pain or had it actually gone?
I don't know. You said you were. Yeah, you'd said it had gone, or you had some pain, or it was something like from throwing the ball to the dog.
Oh, that was it.
It wasn't even.
Yeah,
like
I was giving the dog a treat one eye and I fucking pulled up. Yeah, but this time I don't even know what happened, but like I got back was hurting.
Yeah.
Lay on the sofa for like 2 hours, and by the time I just couldn't get to my feet again. No. So I spent like a day and a half just like crawling if I needed to go to another room, asking my 4.5-month pregnant wife to like pick me up off the floor pretty much. But other than that, I'm doing great. How about you, man?
It's been a good I'm good. I'm all right.
Yeah,
it's been a good week in hockey.
It has.
Some exciting games.
Some crazy results.
Some mad results. But we'll get to that. I want to address what we put out last week. Do you remember we were talking about Brock Lesnar? Mm-hmm. And we were like, is there any other like parent and child who have kind of got to elite level, different sports? We missed an obvious one. Random hero on TikTok. Jericho and his dad. Obviously, another wrestling, another hockey one.
Oh, yeah, okay. So,
if we're
this is the thing. Are we using wrestling, though?
Again, there's others. Toby on YouTube said Liam Botham and Ian. Liam played professional rugby league. Okay. I don't think he ever played for England or anything like that. So, do you count that as like elite level, or he was playing professionally? But
it's appropriate. You're in the rugby jersey today.
Yeah. With the bulldog.
Is that Carla's dog?
Yeah, near enough.
Is it Frank?
Yeah, no, Ralphie.
Oh, Ralphie.
Yeah,
Who's Frank?
Frank is another.
Oh, Frank's the one you got.
Yeah. Shout out Frank. Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback. His dad, Patrick Mahomes Senior, was a baseball player.
Oh shit! I did not know that.
I couldn't, other than Ian and Liam both, and I couldn't really find many British ones.
Right.
The only other one someone mentioned was Julius Irving. Basketball fans will know his daughter became a professional tennis player. Never won a major. Got to the semi-final of Wimbledon once, and a few other.
Dennis Rodman.
Wow.
Oh, go on then.
His daughter plays football for USA.
Oh yeah.
Oh right, that is pretty sick.
His daughter, she's been punching the hell out of people as well.
Yeah.
What do you say, Dennis
Rodman.
Julius Irving.
Julius Irving.
Yeah. There is a Patrick Ewing. I would get them two mixed up, but no.
Two sports like basketball and tennis where like the average height is like what 6'5".
I don't know. Tennis is.
Tennis, they're massive.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't. Do you know what? I'm sure a lot of them are. I'm sure they're not short, but. I don't think it's a prerequisite.
What was Maria Sharapova? She was like 6'4", right?
It's more where the country you're from rather than the.
I think. Do you know what? This might be one of those stats where I hear and I just make it up. I think of all sports, the one with the highest average height are volleyball players, not basketball players.
That's interesting.
That's weird. You just want it, but I suppose it does make sense. Like it's blocking the shots and getting over the net, but
I've searched that wrong. Apparently, she's 8 foot. Maria Sharapova, fucking hell, she'd dwarf you, lad.
Well, I'm only 5'1", so what does it actually say?
No, I tried searching like 1.88 meters in feet.
That's 1.88 meters. That's like 6'2".
Yeah, I thought it was 6'3". Yeah,
something
man.
Like
I'll tell you. Let's see what the average height is in tennis, because this is why you tune into a hockey podcast.
This is what you want from a hockey podcast, isn't it?
Let's see.
Looking for everything but
exactly, yeah.
But hockey.
Everything but hockey. Yeah, average height around 6'3".
For a male tennis player, I'm guessing.
The average height for professional male tennis players is approximately 6'2".
Right.
While elite players go up to 6'3". For women, the average professional height is roughly 5'8".
Yeah.
But heights go up to 6'2".
Yeah. It's obviously you want a long reach, but again, you don't want it to be so tall where you're just proper gangly and
like crouch.
Yeah. Do you know what? Speaking of crouch, I had a crouch in my fucking notes this week. What's your guy's name? Tage Thompson.
Yeah.
He really gives me crouch energy.
Really?
Someone who just does not look like he'd be good at sports in any way, and he's just amazing.
But he's killing it.
He's so good, and it's Crouch got this. He was the typical, always got a good touch for a big man, that cliche thing. But he really was. He was quite underrated as a footballer.
I didn't really see much Crouch.
I know, obviously, he was good in the air and his headers and that, but he actually could play.
I only remember him doing the robot.
Yeah. That is pretty much what he's famous. He's more famous for shagging Abby Clancy and doing the robot.
Who's Abby Clancy?
His wife.
Oh right, I'm sure he shagged her at some. I'm sure he shagged her at some point.
He shagged someone else as well.
All right. You're gonna. Oh, he cheated on her.
Yeah, mate. When you see her as well, you see him. You think, how the fuck has he done that?
Yeah, but
there you go. A great quote of his when he was asked once, "What would he be if he wasn't a footballer?" and he said, "A virgin."
Oh, I think I saw that actually. He would be kneeling in between us, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Should we talk hockey?
Yeah, let's go.
So this week's game, so you put the vote out, didn't you?
I did.
Buffalo versus the Predators. Now, the first time we're featuring the Predators. 3-2 to Buffalo. Another win. They're on just such a good hot streak. I'm not even want to say a hot streak. They've been good nearly the majority of the season now. I can't remember what they were like at the very start.
I mean, they were actually dead last at a point.
Really?
I think it's more since January, probably December, that they really picked things up.
I seem to remember we did. I can't remember when we featured them the first time. I think it was maybe January, maybe just before Christmas. It wasn't long after, and that's when it was they were kicking on. And we kind of joked last week because obviously since this game they had that 15-goal barn burner with
the Lightning.
With the Lightning, yeah. So the Lightning, who you would probably argue are the best team in the East at the moment. Fair to say, or one of.
I won't have to really think about that now with the way Buffalo are.
Well, this is what I'm going to come on to. So we will get to the Predators in a bit, I promise. But because we joked kind of last week, I said oh no, you probably wouldn't expect them to win it, but could they? But now, why not?
Yeah.
Why could they not?
What a difference a week makes.
Yeah, because I saw a stat. So this is their record when they're leading after 2 periods. They're 29-2-0. So out of the 31 times they've been leading after 2 periods. Now, obviously, if you're playing a team like the Avalanche or whoever,
Minnesota,
are you going to be winning after 2 periods? But that shows they are good at seeing games out.
Yeah, one of the most dangerous things in hockey, just like any sport, is confidence as well.
Yeah.
So if they're all feeling that they can actually...
They would feel that because I think they've got a good balance of being a really fucking good team and not having... Maybe they don't have the expectation that a team like
Exactly.
Colorado
I mean, they really have to... What's that term where it's where you burn really bright to start and then it fizzles out?
Like Icarus.
So, so I think it would be bust if they went out first round still.
Yeah.
But, if they can just make it to the second round and actually do something or look like they've got the legs to go and do something, it's a huge success for the season.
I think as it stands, they are... Because they're top... I think they're top of the East now. I think with that win they just went... they have played 2 games more than Tampa. I think as it stands, they would be playing Boston in the first round. So that's an easy buy. They're through, because we love throwing leads away. And they don't do that at all. Yeah. So it's just... it's one of them. But yeah, let's speak about this game anyway. So what I've wrote about the Predators is so in the standings they're kind of kicking around, not quite at the wild card level. So I think they're currently So they're in the wild card rankings. They're 4th. So 62 points. Edmonton are on 66 in that second wild card. Is that group of teams there? Is that probably the worst position to be in as a team? And I'll tell you why I say that. Every other kind of position in the league, you kind of know what you have to do. If you're dead last, like Vancouver, you know, right, clear out the deadwood, let's rebuild, get ourselves a good draft pick, kick on from there. You know, if you're a playoff contender, let's add a few more things. You know, what's the term? Retooling. Does that just basically mean just fix a few things?
Yeah, keep what you've got,
keep what you've got, add a few more,
swap a few,
and then try and kick on from there. Same with the people same with the teams who are just in that wild card slot, because they're playoff contenders technically, aren't they? So, but that lot of teams where they're not quite bad enough,
I know what you're saying,
where they're going to get a good draft pick. Again, it's not set in stone. Sometimes the guy who goes 10th in the draft ends up amazing, and the first place doesn't. But
you're not quite in a position to get rid of all your big players and then focus on the next season, and you're not quite out of it just yet to, call it a day. They're in a tough spot, definitely. Predators, I mean, what kind of trades have they done?
I don't know, but there's been that many trades this week, so this is what I was going to ask you, like, what is the big story of the trades? Because obviously all these names I'm seeing thrown about, I have no idea who they are.
Yeah, the big one for me would have been Kadri leaving Flames and getting sent back to Colorado.
Yeah, which he has won. That was in my notes as well. So he's won a Stanley Cup with them before.
That is the team that I say to you is like the best I've ever seen.
Yeah,
like that Stanley Cup winning team, and he's going back to a team with a lot of the same core players. You're going to be with McKinnon, you're going to be with McCarr.
When did they win that last Stanley Cup?
2022.
Oh, so fairly recently. He's definitely still got. They're going to have that same core then. So what? Talk to me about him then. Is he a forward or?
Forward.
Yeah. So they're stacked in that department then. Well, stacked in every department. That's why.
I could be wrong on this, so someone could correct me. But I'm pretty sure that after the Stanley Cup winning season, I'm pretty sure he got traded to Calgary not long after that.
Right.
Which I never thought made sense. I don't know what the exact trade was, what they actually got back for it, but it just didn't make sense sending a player of Kadri's caliber to Calgary, who are who haven't really been doing anything in the last 5 years.
It depends, obviously, what they would have got back from that. If they've won that Stanley Cup, maybe their thinking was, it's rare people do 2 in a row or the 3-peat or anything like that. So they think, well, do you know what? Let's get some draft picks in for the future. Maybe they traded for draft picks. Again, I don't know what they traded for. Maybe that was the thinking. But
potentially, because you do want to stay hot, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. And I think in this sport, it's so hard to. I remember you telling, Florida won the past 2, haven't they? That's quite rare, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
You definitely see it a lot more in Premier League football.
Getting back to back, it's so hard to do. But I mean, if you look at where Panthers sit today,
they're
fucking way out of it.
Oh yeah, exactly. So what? Again, we ask this every week. Why has things changed? Is it just you'll get a bad injury one season and that key player?
You'd probably argue.
Is it Barkov who's been out most of the season? And Kachuk.
Yeah, so 2 really good. Really good players. They'll blame that, obviously. They've still got a good group of guys. The thing is, you can't blame 2 players being out for that. That's disastrous where they currently sit.
Where are they currently sat?
So they are battling for the bottom of the division with the Maple Leafs on 65 points. Maple Leafs have a game in hand. But, I mean, the Ottawa Senators, they're above the Panthers by 6 points, and they've still got a game in hand. But that's bad news for you, isn't it? Really, because the Senators are kind of hot on your heels.
Yeah. There were too many teams. This is. I'm conscious of this because I don't want this to become a Boston and Vancouver show, but I feel like you have to just touch on. Yeah. Do you really?
I don't know. I think it would be interesting.
I think next season it's going to be Vancouver's going to be really interesting to see how they do.
Yeah, definitely. I think that covering all of the teams the way that we have been has kind of been like a little bit of a mindfuck at some points. Whittling it down to 2 teams, but then obviously we're hemming ourselves in, because if both of them finish bottom of the East and bottom of the West one season, that's going to be so dead.
Well, this is my point. So obviously I'm going to touch on Boston because that's who I support, and you're going to touch on Vancouver. So like
easy now.
I feel like Boston are just playing with fire at the moment, letting leads slip, and just these shit, and everyone who they seem to be in contention with. Now they beat Washington the other night, which is thank God, because they're the team who are kind of closest on the
3-1, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was 3-1. That was on Saturday.
Yeah.
Lost to the fucking Predators 6-3. Threw a lead away to the Penguins last night. I think they were
5-4. Was it in overtime?
5-4 in overtime. I think they were 3-1 up at one point, and then obviously.
I did. I saw a meme about that actually. Yeah, like who likes throwing away games?
I'd love to see, like, you know, I mentioned Buffalo, how they're 29-2 when they're leading after 2. But I'd love to see what the stats are for Boston. Yeah. I've not looked it up off the top of my head, but I bet they are really poor in that.
It's easy for me to say, but I think Boston hockey right now is just so fucking exciting. But it's easy for me to say
because it's just you don't know what you're.
I don't have any skin in the game. Like I don't whether they make the playoffs or not. It'd be great for you. I'd rather they did, definitely. This is probably the only season I'll back them.
You can back them because I don't think there's any chance of them doing anything significant.
It's like I'm really enjoying, and I never like literally. I've said this to you before, like 2011 when they absolutely handed Vancouver their arse, like in that Game 7, and I've had it out for Boston ever since. But since we've covered them, and obviously you like pledged allegiance to them, like I've been watching more of them, and I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing. They're such a fun team.
I do
to watch.
enjoy. This is why I gravitated towards them, because they are fun to watch, and I didn't want to just pick the hot team or the best team, which would probably Buffalo at the moment, really. But
imagine.
Getting back to the matches. So what do the Predators do then? Because I feel like we haven't. If not just the Predators, any team in that kind of position, standing wise,
you gotta go for it. You gotta focus on this season, because if you throw it away by removing key players and then either drop out of the wild card or just get wiped out in the first round.
This is the issue, though, is that I feel like they're quite. Do you know what? I suppose they're only 4 points off the wild card with a game more. With a game in hand on Edmonton.
Switch over to the West.
But San Jose have 3 games in hand on Edmonton, who are also on the same points as Nashville. So you'd probably fancy them. Again, I feel like I've not really kept up with the West. It feels like a whole other fucking.
I mean, Edmonton aren't really a team that you want to be going head to head with in the wild card race. But I think any team that makes it through, wild card or not, you have a chance of winning. So no, I think they should just go for it. Like 100%. And the trade deadline's done now. It's all wrapped up. They're probably not going to keep Stamkos next season. But next season, build on what you've got. You've not, considering I probably would have put them maybe just above the Blackhawks at the bottom of the Central. They've had a really good showing so far. I think inconsistent.
Very inconsistent. I think they are a lot better than the Blackhawks.
Do you have to give them some sort of credit, though? Because, I mean, if you look at the scariest 3 teams right now in the NHL are all in the Central. Colorado, Minnesota, and Dallas. They would have played them all. I mean, how many times do they play division rivals? 3 times apiece?
At least.
That's 9 games against, like, scary fucking teams.
The best, probably. The best 3.
Yeah, and the Mammoth, like, God bless them, they're doing quite well as well. So, it's just a scary division.
Spot.
Yeah, it's a Shark Tank.
It's probably the weaker conference, would you say, the West in general? Or...
That is controversial. I would say.
I suppose.
Here's your argument.
The best teams are in the West, but also the worst.
I don't think it's easy then, like, saying East or West. I think you would have to go from divisions. I don't think there's any secret. The Pacific is quite lackluster. Yeah, you've got the Oilers, who probably will make it. You've got the Knights, who've looked really great, to go in not so great.
Yeah.
The Ducks have been like a big surprise. Central, obviously, they would go right to the top. Atlantic, yeah, because even the Red Wings are killing it. The Met, Hurricanes, Penguins, who saw that coming? Yeah. So I don't know. If you had to push me, then yeah, I probably would say
we'll put it this way,
East has more challenging teams.
They're going to introduce a 33rd team, your team. You own a team. You can pick what division you put into. Where you're putting yourself.
What, this season?
This season, yeah. So it'll start next season, whenever.
Do I get to choose division?
You get to choose your division, yeah.
I think I'd go to the Met division. I think I'd go in the East.
You wouldn't go to the Pacific?
No, I don't think I would, because I think the California teams are... yeah, of course, but I think the California teams are going to be motherfuckers. And let's be honest, a team like Vegas, you're not going to keep them down for long. I think within the next couple of weeks, next 4 weeks before the playoffs start, I think they're really going to kick into gear. Same with the Ducks, probably.
Yeah,
they're probably going to, because I mean they were on a 10-11 game win streak at one point.
They were, and I think they're on a bit of a bad streak at the moment, though. I remember reading before it was something like 4 or 5 game.
They're 7-3 in the last 10.
But again, that's a lot of teams at the moment, isn't it? I feel like Buffalo are doing the opposite to what everyone else has done. I feel like everyone who had this hot streak at the beginning, or they've gone through hot streaks, this is the time of the season now where obviously you start feeling it in your legs. You drop a few guys. Even the Avalanche haven't been what they were at the start, which is fine. They don't need to be. You know, they have done more than enough already. They know they're going to be fine. Buffalo seem to just be getting better and better as the season goes on. Like, they're not showing any sign of stopping, but.
And again, this is the thing, the confidence that could end up landing them in the Stanley Cup final.
I'd love to see that. I'd love to see him do it, a team like that.
I think I would, because they've just been in permanent obscurity practically ever since I've been into the sport.
Have they? They've never won a Stanley Cup.
They've never won a Stanley Cup. They're with Vancouver and probably maybe like another 2 or 3 teams who've never won it.
I think you did tell me them at the start of this year. I can't remember.
But they've just been perennial, like contenders have just been like shit, like finishing last, not getting into a playoff spot. I mean, I think we touched on it last week. How many seasons is it? Only there's an NFL team that has got the record for
the New York Jets.
Yeah, for not making
one
it into
season
a
more
playoff
than Buffalo. For the longest streak without a playoff place.
I'm trying to think,
and that's quite hard. I think in a sport like hockey where it is so up and down.
It's interchangeable.
14 seasons.
Yeah,
half the team half the league makes the playoffs.
Yeah.
You've got a 1 in 2 chance. Not statistically. Obviously, there's so many more factors than that. But, like, can you imagine that in the Premier League where literally the top half all go into a tournament and that 10th place team has a chance of winning it? Like, how the fuck are you not making it 14 seasons? It is wild.
This is a bit obscure, but there's an Adam Sandler film. And he's I forget which fucking film it is, and he's wearing like a Buffalo Sabres jersey, and it's always just dude, that's Boston. That's Boston I swear his missus is like Jennifer Aniston in it or something.
Isn't it Daddy something?
Not Daddy's Home. No, because that was 50.
No, he's got a little kid. He's got a little kid in it.
I swear he loses to someone when he's like playing online against him.
Is it something family?
Hang on.
You're going to have to look this up now.
Don't like the kid, he's got a child in it.
It's one of his later films, isn't it? It's not like
I think you guys are mixing it up with that guy who's got the tattoo in it that says no regrets on his chest.
What's that in?
That's a Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, so it's not Jennifer Aniston.
No, I swear it was. Hang on, yeah. Adam Sandler, Buffalo Sabres.
Just go with it. This is dead air, Steve.
Fuck knows, man. If you know, let me know. I'll find out for next episode. But yes.
What was the point anyway?
No, nothing. I've never met a Buffalo fan. You know, and how long do you remain a Buffalo fan when the level of hockey that you've been getting over the last 14 seasons has just been that bad. But they absolutely deserve what they're getting now.
Do you know what? You would be, I suppose, you would remain, because the only other sport they kind of have in the professional league are the Buffalo Bills, who are almost as bad.
Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, so I think the Sabres, they came into the league the same year as the Canucks, which I think was the 80s.
Right.
So with Buffalo, I mean, if you were a hockey fan, you were probably like a Rangers and Isles, or maybe like a Devils fan beforehand.
I think so. They're geographically closer to Toronto and Montreal than they are
Buffalo.
York City. Yeah,
so I always wondered that.
They're very upstate. Yeah.
Right.
They are definitely near.
Buffalo's upstate.
Ottawa. I think Ottawa's probably the next nearest team to them, maybe.
And upstate's where you want to live in New York, right?
Yeah. I don't know about that far upstate, because you bet.
Is that like Connecticut? Because I thought Connecticut was quite high up.
I think it's up there. It's I think it's on the Canadian border almost.
Gaza, you'll know.
Yeah. No, because there's a Rangers fan there, well downstate.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll know the geography.
Oh, he'll know the geography. I'm quite good with my geography usually, but yeah. Anyway.
Should we talk about suspensions? Have you seen the amount of suspensions?
Well, one that stood out was he Evgeny Malkin?
Malkin,
yeah. Like, you can't do that.
That was
For those who
terrible,
haven't seen
mate.
it was a slashing suspension. Now, he's been suspended, I think, already this season for a similar thing.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, it was also a sort of stick-related thing, but cost him $160,000 in salary. It'll be 5-game suspension. What was he thinking? He was like, the ref was stood right there as well, and he can't argue. It was just a high stick, lost a bit of control.
You know how like frustrations break out when your team is just losing game after game after game.
Yeah,
the Penguins are in fucking contention for going into the playoffs, exactly, and he does that.
Yeah.
It was crazy because it was so uncalled for, because he was Darlin was literally just trying to get away from him.
Yeah.
Sorry, it wasn't Darlin, was it?
I think it was.
Because he's had another one, Darlin, hasn't he, with Hagel.
Did he?
Yesterday.
Oh, right, okay.
And that was a 5k fine.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, he tried getting away from him, like skating away from him twice. And then when he just didn't want to initiate the fight, like Hagel just fucking like sucker punched him from behind.
That's the thing. Why wouldn't? Obviously, like you said, frustrations have built up, and obviously he's getting pissed off with that particular play. Just fucking swing for him then, like with your fist. I mean, not with your. It was the neck as well, right in that fucking neck. At the speed, you can imagine a hockey player's strength.
It was shit. It was so shit. It's just you can't imagine ever. If you do that outside of the game, you're gonna get charged for assault and like potential like
definitely.
You know, like what's up to like.
GBH,
GBH,
whatever.
Yeah, with a deadly weapon though.
Yeah. Of course.
So, I don't know why you think it would be appropriate to do that in a hockey game.
It's I was going to say it's such bad discipline. Like, he should play for Boston.
Or the Five Flyers.
Yeah. That'll be the next thing. One of them will have an assault charge soon or something. Yeah. Well,
drives his car onto the ice and starts like trying to run into people.
What's that?
Drives his car onto the ice and starts trying to fucking.
He's the only player to take off his skate and try and stab someone.
Just what the other fine, I don't know whether you noticed this. Did you, Celebrini? Did you? He wasn't the one getting the fine. You see him just sat on the bench and he got into a little bit of a chirping contest.
I need to start watching more Western stuff. I feel like it's a whole other world.
You're an East Side.
Yeah. This is just because. I'll sit down and watch the game we're going to talk about, and then I'll watch Boston's games, and then there'll be other team. Maybe there'll just be random fixtures like the Wild and Avalanche. So you'll get a bit of Western game, and then there'll be teams who are kind of Boston are in contention with. I'll watch like the highlights of them. Yeah. By the time I've got through all that, you know, I'm not going to think to watch a San Jose Sharks versus whoever game.
The Islanders.
Yeah. So I need to just keep up with it a bit more.
Maybe that's something that we could look at in the future. Maybe I'll cover the West, you cover the East.
Yeah,
you know?
No, I think we're best just trying to cover everything, because obviously there's no point you sitting and go, did you see this?
No.
Please tell me,
basically, Celebrini just sat on the bench, just minding his own business, gets into a chirping contest with Bo Horvat. Bo literally like just flips his helmet up.
Ex-Canuck
captain. Yeah. Flicks his helmet up, and then he got a 2.5k fine for that.
Just for flicking his
yeah,
helmet.
just flicking his helmet.
Putting his hands on him while he's off the ice.
Come on, that's a bit like...
You've got to have a line drawn though. Like, if he's on the ice, fair enough. I think if he's off the ice and he's not engaging, and you put your hands on him, whether it's a little flick of the helmet or a fucking full on smash.
How woke does that sound to you though? Someone putting the hands on you and then you literally and then, you know, you get a fucking fine for doing something like that.
Yeah, but also it can work in your favour though. If you're Celebrini, you just fucking wind someone up and get them to fucking put your hands on them.
I agree with that completely. I would just hate to see hockey go the same way as football, where like they act like they've been shot in the fucking chest, from the slightest inconvenience.
Can I push back on that though? Because this is something that really fucking annoys me about people who are like anti-football. I'm not saying you are, because obviously you do like football.
I'm lukewarm.
Yeah. It's usually like rugby fans who are like, yeah, well, you know, rugby's for real men. You know, when they get knocked over, they don't roll around like they've been shot. It's like, yes, because doing that in rugby doesn't gain you an advantage. If you do that in football, the ref's going to give you a free kick. He's going to book your opponents. Yeah, it's dishonest. It's shithousery. But it's not because they're such weak, pathetic men. It's because it gains them an advantage.
Barring the fact that you've just gave us that diatribe wearing a rugby top. Okay. Yeah. So I would push back on that. Is it fair for people to judge football players for that? Just what the game has become?
I'm not saying I like that. I'm saying there is a reason why they do it.
Of course.
Do you know what I mean? So, but where they kind of make it a thing about their masculinity or something like that, when it's... Don't get me wrong, I'm sure rugby players in general are more masculine than football players. But it's not. They're not doing that because they're so. Oh, I'm so weak. Oh
no, of course not. Because that'd be mad. Because some of the stuff they take a dive for, it's like, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
It is ridiculous. But for me, that's part of the reason what turned me off of football a little bit.
I completely agree. Yeah. And we can go down the whole fucking VAR route and all that stuff. But like, we'll be here all day discussing that. But that was just my point. Basically, it isn't because they're such pussy holes, basically.
Pussy holes? What do you mean fucking kiddle?
Anyway, just allow it, bruv.
Allow it.
Yeah.
Still.
So we'll get back onto the trays then. Did Vancouver, what have they been up to?
They've been doing good. Yeah, they've been doing good. Beat the Blackhawks 6-3, which I kind of meant trade-wise. Really good game. Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, I said results-wise.
Results. Yeah. So, I mean, I think since the restart, we have played 4 games, lost 3. 2 of them have been in OT, and we've won 1. I'm still happy with watching them.
That's not bad.
Since the trade deadline, I've been more excited to watch the Canucks than I have been, like, practically probably like 10 games into the season. I
suppose that's good though, because like, do you know what? You've just got rid of a load of fucking deadwood, and maybe the results aren't going to be amazing, but you're seeing a bit of something different.
You know what, Andy? I wouldn't actually class them as deadwood, the players that we've got rid of. Some of them, sure, and there's still one player who's sat on that bench who I'm begging to just go.
Yeah.
Like at some point next year. But
are you going to name them?
Peterson.
Oh, of course. I should know. I can't believe I had to ask you that.
It's like, as excited as I am, and when you see the post, like, you know, we wish Tyler Myers all the best. Thank you for all the years of contribution. Connor Garland, and you think, fuck me, man, they're really gone.
Yeah.
But now it's kind of like, well,
are they long term?
Yeah, and it's like, but look at all of the draft picks we've got. The next 3 years of draft picks, so fucking exciting. All the new talent we're gonna have coming in.
Yeah,
and I'm so excited for just to see the start of next season, just to see. Who's there.
Yeah, I looked up Boston's draft picks actually the next few. They've got quite a lot of first rounds that they've acquired just throughout the past few years. Obviously, they're going to be cashing them in from next year, so it'll be interesting to see.
Boston are a good example of a team that never falls into complete irrelevancy they don't stay at the top, but they never drop far from it.
Yeah.
But and they cycle through the years. It's the perfect balance of keeping key draft picks and knowing that you do have to build on the future, while still remaining a strong team at the time.
It's a hard balance to do.
Yeah, ones which other teams have crashed out about. So. Yeah, that's definitely something that
who's
great.
an example of like the opposite to them then? Because obviously this is my first season watching it. Who's a team who've kind of either gambled by getting rid of their top stars, thinking they'd get a load of draft picks, and those draft picks have just done nothing, and they've ended up in obscurity for years, or the opposite where they've gone in, cashed in the draft picks, traded away their draft picks, tried to build that squad, and it just never happened.
To name a few, the Wild, Blackhawks ever since 2015, they did that. They had a lot of aging players, and then they've just really not done great on any kind of rebuild.
No.
Just taking a look at some of the teams here. Calgary, same situation. Canadians, the Montreal Canadiens.
Well, I mean,
it's but. Canadians,
all the Canadian teams really.
You would expect a lot better of Montreal because they're a dynasty team, just like the Bruins. And if the Bruins can do it, you'd think the Canadians should have the infrastructure to have been able to have held strong.
I'd say they're even beyond the Bruins. They are the hockey team.
Yeah,
like Montreal is a hockey city. It's in a hockey country, and they've won the more Stanley Cups than anyone. I think. We did that quiz at Christmas, didn't I? I asked you to name them. I think, what was it? They were on 23?
For 24, I think.
23, 24.
Yeah.
I think the second was like 10, 11.
Yeah.
So it's not even a close. It is a big gap. Like, how have they gone that long without it? Like, I saw it. Do you buy into the conspiracy of the NHL?
Trying to keep Canadian teams down?
No. I'm glad you said that.
I don't buy it. It's stupid. It's a professional league.
It is, yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I'm sure I remember watching a video on it, and it was a case of, I think about 7 times in the last 30 odd years, which would be since the Montreal Canadiens last won it, which were the last Canadian team. There's been 7 opportunities where a Canadian team has been 1 win away from winning it. And they've lost every single time. So you can't really say, they're trying to keep Canadian teams down when. Do you know what I mean? You've had chances. They've had chances to do it.
Was that Vancouver the last
It
team?
might have been Vancouver. Might have been again. I didn't go into
before that. It would have been the Flames, I think. Yeah.
This was just about Canadian teams.
I get what you're saying.
Could have been anyone and anyone, but. Yeah, no, but I like a conspiracy theory. I was hoping you'd go into it.
What conspiracy theories do you like?
No, not the ones, not the ones on Twitter, but you know what I mean, sports ones.
You know what? Have you seen it? So just a bit of a segue. So I don't know whether you actually saw this, and I don't think it's actually done the rounds. But you know how USA Hockey have kind of came under a little bit of fire about going to the White House to meet Trump. Just obviously with everything that's going on in the world at the moment. It was crazy enough that the women's team wasn't invited. And did you actually see the phone call with Trump speaking to the American players where he's like...
he said something like, I suppose we've got to invite the women's team.
Yeah, and everyone laughed.
Really kind of begrudgingly.
But no one did.
And then the kind of going after the men's players now for laughing.
Yeah, well, not only that, just I think the visit in general, but the Hockey Hall of Fame... There was a torn up Quinn Hughes jersey on the draped over the side, and on the numbers there's a bunch of stuff written, and one of them was like pedo lover and shit. They just, and like Quinn Hughes, like especially, is just coming under like a bunch of fucking shit for it.
I don't know Quinn Hughes as a person, but like. Just from what I see of him, he just seems like the most unassuming guy ever.
Yeah.
I feel like he wouldn't just put an opinion about it. He just, if the president made a joke, he'd just kind of laugh to be polite. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, every time you see him on off the ice, he just looks so awkward, doesn't he? Like, so stiff and awkward. Like, did you see him on SNL?
No.
Like, yeah, him and Jack were on SNL, and the two of the women's team. This obviously would have been the first one after the Olympics, and I think Jack had a few lines. The two women's players had a few lines. I mean, I'm buying into it now because I can name both the men's players, and I'm just like, the two women on there. apologies, I don't remember the names, but they all were like quite good, quite obviously confident on camera, and that, and Quinn was just like, yeah,
still seeing ghosts. He's definitely the more like we use that unassuming brother, isn't he? Like the other two, like seem a little bit like.
Who's the other one? The third.
Luke.
Luke's. Yeah. So is he the youngest?
He's the youngest.
Yeah. So obviously, I'm guessing he will probably be at the next Olympics. Maybe is he, or is he not as good as the other two?
You know, I've not seen a great deal of him.
Yeah.
But I also.
I
also think if I'd have been following the Devils, I don't think I would have seen much of him over the past few years anyway.
They're having a fucking.
But you never know, man. He could really like blossom, and he could end up becoming the best Hughes brother. I mean, the thing is with Quinn, is a complete novice could watch one of his games and could be like, "Fuck me, that Quinn Hughes, he's just electric." There was a guy at
that's what I thought. Like I remember the first time, because I'd never. By the time I saw him for the first time, he'd already gone to the Wild.
Yeah.
So it might have even been one of his first games when we featured them. And there's a few players I've seen throughout the season where I think, I get it now. They're really fucking good.
Yeah.
Sounds a stupid thing today, but sometimes you don't always see it. Like, Connor Bedard, him.
Are these players that have caught your eye?
These are the ones
watching?
who I've literally fucking hell, what's his name? Yeah, Schaefer. The best player in the world, Connor McDavid.
Yeah,
I can't believe
his name.
Yeah. Connor McDavid was probably the best I've seen. Obviously, it was that particular match. He must have just torn it up. Obviously, you're not going to get that every single week.
Well, we were pretty much ready to combust, weren't we, after that spinorama that he did?
Yeah,
when we watched that highlight.
Oh my god, yeah. God, that was a while ago now. Wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
Taking it back to like week 6 or something like
But
that.
yeah. I think it's hard for novices like myself to notice that. So when it does stand out, you're like, okay.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a lad at my work, and he was talking to me. So he watched one of the Minnesota games on ITV the other night, and he was just like, "All right, watch this." And we were just talking, and he goes, that player Hughes, I recognised his name from the USA team."
Yeah.
And he was talking about the Quinn spin. You know how he just like goes over the blue line, spin move, and then he'll get it off to someone, for a goal. He'll just be like right there in the action. So yeah, Quinn's definitely one of those players.
Celebrini I'd put in there as well.
Yeah, I was going to mention Celebrini.
Good young prospects. But speaking of the young prospects, I've sent you a little video if you want to. Give it a watch. If you watch it...
Is it time?
It's time. You watch it and then I'll give you some context after it.
Let me see, I'm not sure.
Well, I'll explain a bit of context first. So this is a University of Connecticut versus Massachusetts college hockey game.
Okay.
So this is in overtime. So the game ended 3-3 and this is in overtime.
Shall I do it with sound?
If you want, yeah.
Let's give it some sound, man.
I will put this on the screen.
Now to turn this puck over, and here we go. Justin Kerr to the goal line. Kerr dangling. Feels like the save. Kerr would not be denied. Now back the other way comes UConn with the lights off.
That's hilarious.
So just to give some quick context,
who was at home?
So no, Massachusetts were at home. So basically, if you've not seen it, I will put a link in it or I'll put it on the screen. University of Connecticut are through on goal. This is in overtime. 3-3. Oh, they're bearing down on goal. The lights start to flicker. Then they go red, and then it goes completely black. They're about to like.
I was half expecting Kane's entrance.
You just. I've got
that what you were going to say? I thought Kane's theme was about to hit.
I was going to say, now the video cuts off there. But what happens next to it, you don't see, is a big fiery explosion, and Kane comes in, tombstones the goal, and he scores the winner.
Tombstones the jabronis. That is crazy. You just know someone was in the room, like, telling someone to just hit the lights quickly as soon as it was on a breakaway.
You kind of have to give them the benefit of the doubt that they didn't do it on purpose, but do we need fucking light shows at college hockey?
Do
we need them in any hockey? But like,
what was the outcome of that?
I tried to look at the final result and it just said final result was 3-3.
Yeah, but
I'm guessing maybe in college hockey they play one overtime, and if it doesn't, And if no one scores, it ends in a tie.
That's such a freak.
It's mad, isn't it?
Freak thing. Do you think what he's done, because they were like through on net and maybe he thought the goal had gone in and then he pressed a button, maybe that's part of their celebration thing, you know, like the lights hit.
They were the away team though. Do you know what I mean?
So Massachusetts...
Well, Massachusetts had an attack before that, didn't it?
Who was at home? Massachusetts
is at home. University of Connecticut are the team who were on goal. The white team. They were the one... Yes, yeah.
Are you sure? Well, the colours don't say that, and Massachusetts are literally wearing burgundy and white, and that's their logo.
UConn are the ones who got fucked over, mate. I know that.
UConn got fucked over. So what I'm saying is, at the other end of the ice, other end of the ice, it looks like Massachusetts are going to get it in
before they start. Before that,
and then the puck, breaks out. So maybe he just hit the goal celebration thing like a little too early. Tried cancelling it.
Yeah, and he's that's fine. Nothing happened, and then it just starts. For the fact it flickers first, then goes red. Obviously, something's short circuited.
That's like
a sequence to start.
The fear of like the repercussions of that are a little bit like when fucking Putin tripped over that fucking.
Not quite.
No, maybe not quite. Of being like strapped to a chair and fucking tortured.
Like, especially if that result makes a big difference in your season.
Mate, that's really fucking bad. Like,
it's so bad. But
I hate to dump on them, but he is gonna be fucking working at the Five Flyers in no time.
yeah. Like what the refs should have just, as soon as those lights flicker, stop, blow the play.
Well, sure.
Blow the whistle.
I don't know. Could you for that?
You just have to stop.
You don't. But you don't know that the lights are fully gonna go out though.
Let's put it this way then. Let's say the lights were flickering. He gets a shot away just before they go off, and they go off. Is that fair? If obviously the goalie can't see it coming now, is that what would they do in that situation? I know we're doing hypotheticals here,
I think
it's pointless.
I think you have to point to the spot, and it has to be a penalty shot.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he was clear through on goal. He was, but
it's funny.
I don't really know. God,
if it was the team you're against, it'd be so funny. It's so funny, like, I'm
thinking like you gotta like do a clip that, and it's like that's gotta be Kane.
Yeah, mate, you're reading my mind. I had all these thoughts today, like Paul Bearer's voice coming on the
classic. Oh yes, he would have been next to the light switch.
Anyway, should we wrap that up there?
Yeah. Well, have you got anything else for me?
Not really. Just more about the Sabres. I'm backing them. I'm backing them for the
Okay, we'll have to do some form of sweepstake once we get into into the playoffs. I think that'd be quite interesting. We'll try and
revisit our predictions, because I don't think I made any predictions.
No, you didn't.
Because obviously I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. I still don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I know a bit less.
You were back in the Arizona Coyotes to do it this year.
Yeah. I was back in Ted Irvine, Jericho's dad, to be MVP. But
no, it'd be funny. We'll do something, and we'll try and get you guys involved as well.
Yeah.
We've got some big plans for next season, but let's handle the playoffs first, and we'll get you guys involved. Are we going for a game of the week next week?
I think we have to, because we've got 2 teams left we haven't featured: Detroit and Calgary.
Detroit and
Calgary. Do you want to just put a couple of fixtures on the vote and see what?
Sure. So keep your eye out on the Instagram. I'll put the 2 games up on there, and we will cover that next week.
Brilliant. Sounds good. Well, thank you very much for joining us. I'm Andy.
I'm Steve.
See you later.